Hello, I'm back with another Steam Deck modding tutorial, this time for SimCity 4. There's a lot of people disappointed with City Skylines 2, and there's a lot of people returning to the original SimCities, including SimCity 4. So I just thought I'd make this video showing you how it runs and how to, more importantly, get mods working on the Steam Deck. So let's dive into that now, and yeah, hope you enjoy the video. So here's some gameplay of it running on the Steam Deck. It might look like it's fluctuating between high and low FPS, but trust me, this is a really big city with all the mods enabled. And it chugs on my desktop. It's just due to the nature of the game being so old. It's not optimized for modern hardware, but it's more than playable. It's a good experience. I mean, like I said, you know, if you got a desktop, it'll run terribly as well. It's just the way it is. So I'll just let you see some of the stuff here with the mods installed. Just give you an idea on how it's running, and yeah, I'll leave you to watch this before moving on to the next part of the video. So it might be an obvious one, but what you want to do at the very start is make sure that you've got SimCity 4 Deluxe Edition installed. This won't work with standard SimCity, it has to be Deluxe, so make sure you buy that. So once you've downloaded the game, you'll want to add some custom launch options to it. I've put that on screen in front of you now, but it's also listed in the description if you need to get it. And yeah, so you can just click on the game, click on the cog or the settings or properties, and you should see a window similar to this where you can add the custom launch options. It's just to make the game run better on the Steam Deck and fix a few inconveniences. So some of the bigger mods and bigger plugins for SimCity 4 use their own installer, or it uses bat files. And obviously, dealing with the Steam Deck based on Linux, you're going to run into issues when you try and run those files. So you've got one of two branching options on how to solve that. Really, there's the basic one, which I'm covering in this video, or the more complex one. So just to outline the more complex one, when you download a plugin such as the network Addon Mod, it has its own installer, and that can either be downloaded as a Java file that you can run the Java install, and that obviously requires a Java runtime environment being installed on the Steam Deck in desktop mode, or you can download the file and then extract it yourself within Steam. But the way that I've done it here is by making use of my home Windows PC, running all the relevant scripts and installers for the mods that require it, and then simply transferring my desktop plugin folder all the way over to the Steam Deck directory after everything has been extracted. Again, you'll only have to do this when dealing with more complex plugins and mods such as the NAM traffic mod or the dependencies package, which contains a lot of different files. So yeah, those are your options really. You can either make use of another computer or you can download and try and manually extract them from the source on the desktop mode of the Steam Deck. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so before you start downloading all the plugins that you like the look of, there are a few essentials that you should start with. One of which is the SC4 fix, which is third-party patches for SimCity 4. Resolves a lot of crashes and issues that you'll run into if you do not install it. So highly recommended. Have this as one of the first you download. Link is in the description for this one. And another essential download is the BSC Common Dependencies pack, which I will also link to in the description. So the website you're going to want to use for the mods is Simtropolis, I think it's pronounced as. Again, I will link to this in the description so you don't have to guess it. But this lists all of the amazing mods and community work that's been done on the game, and it's a must, so always use it. So I downloaded the network add-on mod and the installer from on my home PC, which is obviously separate from my Steam Deck, and I chose all the configuration options through the installer that I wanted, and just proceeded with the install on the desktop PC. Again, just simply go through the stages of the launcher, and obviously, yeah, go on to the next part of the video once you've done that. So once I've downloaded all the mods that I want and ran the installers on my Windows PC, like I keep mentioning, um, all of those files will go into your main plugins folder. And what you need to do when you've got all the main plugins that you want, you simply highlight all of the files, right-click, and add to zip file, which will create a zip file that you can, like you can see on the screen there in front of you. So bear in mind, you don't have to do this with every plugin. You just have to do it with the ones that require an installer. I know it's a bit of a sort of hassle way of doing it, but it's not for every plugin, only the installer ones, which are quite rare, to be honest. Anyway, once you've got your zip file, upload it to Google Drive or another file sharing website, and put it into tinyurl to get a more kind of easily memorable rather, URL that you can type into the Steam Deck. So once you've uploaded it to Google Drive or another file sharing site and got your tiny URL, go onto the Steam Deck, go into desktop mode, and simply type in the memorable URL that you created from one of the sites that you chose, Google Drive or whatever, and get that downloaded. Your plugin folder should be located right here. So 24780 is the game ID, which is, you know, one of the folder names that you'll need to go into, and simply just extract the contents of the zip file that we made earlier into this location, and it should work perfectly. So I know it's only a brief video covering how mods and plugins work on the deck, but there's not many people covering it, so I just thought I'd put together a quick tutorial. If you don't have a home PC and you've got no way of extracting those files that we talked about earlier, you can go about it via installing the Java runtime environment on the deck. But it's advisable to have some knowledge of Linux if you do that, because there might be some sort of the equivalent of command prompts that you need to enter. Failing that, there may be a way to download just the zipped folders themselves straight from the sites and extract them using 7-zip. But this is the way that I have done it. And I know it works, and I just wanted to put this video together for people that weren't too sure on how to do it. Thanks for watching.